Hello and welcome to this video. So adding and subtracting fractions. So in this video we learn how to add and subtract fractions. But first of all, there are different type of fractions. So let's see that. We have a proper fraction. Example of a proper fraction. So here, let's highlight. We have a 2 over 3. That's a proper fraction. 3 over 4, 1 over 4, 5 over 8. So understand that when they say proper fraction, the numerator, so the number on top, is smaller than the denominator, the number in the bottom. So in proper fraction, so there the switch, you see here, the top number, which is the numerator, is greater than the bottom number. And then again, we have a 29 over 15, 35 over 12. Yeah, we also call proper fraction when the numerator is the same as the denominator. Now, mixed fraction. So here we have 4 1/3. That means what? We have a whole number, which is 4. And we have on the side of that whole number, a proper fraction. So 1 over 3. So 17 here, we have a 5, 82 over 210, 6, 9 over 20. So mixed fraction or mixed number. So we can also call it mixed number or mixed fraction. Now let's go to the practice part. So addition and the subtraction of fractions with the same denominator. Okay, you have to understand that when they ask you to add or to subtract fractions, you have to make sure the fractions have the same denominator. So here we have a 5 in the denominator of the fraction. So there is no problem. What we'll do is that we're going to keep the 5 and we do the operation on top. So the operation here is a subtraction. So we have a 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1, which is 2. So the answer to the question is 2 over 5. So when the fractions have the same denominator, there is no problem with that. It's just to keep that same denominator and you do the operation on top. Let's see another one. This is addition and we have a 5 over 9 added to 7 over 9. Again, these two fractions have the same denominator. So because both fractions have the same denominator, you may add the numerator and keep the denominator. Yeah, so as the previous example we did, so here we keep the 9 because we have the same denominator, and we add the top. So 5 plus 7 is 12. So we have a 12 over 9. Okay, there is something you have to understand. If I go back to the previous step, here for the subtraction, the answer is 2 over 5, which is proper fraction because the top is smaller than the bottom, or the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Now here our answer is 12 over 9, which is not a proper fraction, but is improper fraction. And we have a 12, which is greater than 9. Therefore, we're going to rewrite this improper fraction as a mixed fraction or a mixed number. And the answer is 1 1/3. Okay, you have to understand that there is a way you can change a improper fraction into mixed number, which is not the purpose of this video because it's going to be too long. But I could quickly remind you that when you have a 12 over 9, which is improper fraction, and you want to change it into mixed number, you do that long division. So we take 12 and we're going to divide it by 9. So we ask how many times 9 goes into 12? One time. 1 multiplied by 9. So this 1 multiplied by 9 is 9. So write the 9 below 12. And what is 12 minus 9? This is 3. Okay. So because we have a 3, we're going to have a 3 as a remainder. So R equals 3. Therefore, Therefore, 12 over 9 is same as 1 and 3 ninth. So the 3 is the remainder, the 9 is the divisor, which is here. But again, it's not done yet because we need to simplify this 3 over 9. So what number goes into 3 and the same time into 9? That is 3. So therefore, you divide the 3 here by 3. Same time, you divide the 9 by 3. And you have 1 over 3. So the final answer is what we have here as 1 and 1/3. Okay, so again, you can check another video for changing, improper fraction into mixed number or mixed number into improper fraction. So let's continue. We have another example where you want to do 2 over 3 plus 3 over 8. Again, remember, here they say addition and the subtraction of fractions with different denominators. Different denominator. Yes, the denominator here, we have a 3 for the first fraction and the 8 for the second fraction, so they are not the same. So remember, in order to add or subtract fractions, the denominators must, you see the way they write must, that means it's important, must be the same. Okay, so we don't have that same denominator, but it's possible to rewrite these fractions to get the same denominators. That's what we will do before we add the fraction, because if we don't have that same denominators, we cannot add or subtract the fractions. Okay, so before we get these same denominators, we need again some concept, and please pay attention. So counting numbers, I know everyone knows, what we mean by counting numbers. So we count from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So counting numbers. Okay. Use counting numbers to find multiples of a number. Yeah. So we're going to use the denominator to find the multiple. And to find that multiples, we need the multiples, we need these counting numbers. So as an example, multiples of 2 are, so how we get this multiple? We need multiples of 2. So we use the counting number. What is 2 times 1? 2. What is 2 times 2? 4. What is 2 times 3? 6. What is 2 times 4? 8, and so on. So if they ask you what are the multiples of 3, we do the same thing. So what is 3 multiplied by 1? 3. What is 3 multiplied by 2? 6. What is 3 multiplied by 3? 9, and so on. Or they ask you again, what are the multiples of 4? So same thing. You take a 4, you multiply by each counting number. So 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16, and so on. So you see, if you know your multiplication table, you don't need this. So as advice, try to learn multiplication tables so you can save time. But otherwise, you need to write it down, the counting numbers. And if you want to find a multiple of a number, you use the counting numbers to do that. Again, we need this for the denominators. So let's go back to our question. So we have this 2 over 3 plus 3 over 8. So because we don't have the same denominator, what we'll do is that we're going to find multiples of 3. We're going to find multiples of 8, which will help us to get that same denominator. So the multiple of 3, we did those numbers already. So I just list them here. multiples of 8 also here. So the reason we are finding multiples of 3 and 8 is that we want to know in the list, in the two lists, what gonna be the first same number we can find from each list. So here you will see that in the list we have 24, 24, which is the first same number. Yeah, we can get more if we continue, but the reason we just stop here because we are looking for that LCD, least common denominator, or lowest common denominator. Again, that concept is explained in a different video. This is not the purpose here, but we just use that concept to understand how we can add two fractions with different denominators. Okay, so we're gonna use 24 as our LCD of these two denominators, 3 and 8. For that, look, if you take a 2 over 3, we want to rewrite the 2 over 3 as something divided by 24. Why 24? Because 24 is our LCD. We want the two fractions to be rewritten as something divided by 24. Now, the question is this. To get this 24 from the LCD, when we say we want to find the multiples of 3, we saw that when we multiply 3 by 8, we get the 24, which is the relationship between 3 and 24. You will see that 3 multiplied by 8 give you 24. Therefore, to find the number which is going to be in the numerator of this 24 is that we multiply the 2 by 8. Yeah, so the 8 we use for the 3 and the 24, we use that same 8 for the numerator. So 2 times 8 is 16. Therefore, 2 over 3 is same as 16 over 24. We can do the same thing for 3 over 8. That means what? If you take a 3 over 8, we want to rewrite 3 over 8 as something over 24. Again, that same denominator, the LCD. So 24. And the reason is this. We have 8 multiplied by 3 to get 24. So we do the same thing on top. We take a 3, we multiply by 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. Therefore, 3 over 8 is same as 9 over 24. Now, let's rewrite our two fractions. So we say that the 2 over 3 is same as 16 over 24. We say that the 3 over 8 is 9 over 24. So adding 2 over 3 to 3 over 8, this is the same as 16 over 24 added to 9 over 24. So in this case, you see we have that same denominator. Okay, now we keep the denominator and we add the numerators. 16 plus 9 is 25. We have 25 over 24. So 25 over 24 is improper fraction. So we're not to leave the answer like that. We're going to change it into mixed number. So again, is to do the long division. We take a 25 divided by 24. 24 goes into 25 one time. 1 times 24 is 24. 25 minus 24 is 1. So we have a remainder 1. Therefore, this answer will be 1 and 1 over 24. You have to understand that this 1 here is this one. And the other one, this one is the remainder, and the 24 is the divisor. Okay, let's see another example. Wow, here we have a whole number which is 7 minus a mixed number. Yes, it's also possible to do this. So to do that, first of all, we're going to rewrite 7 as a fraction. How to rewrite 7 as a fraction? I have to understand that 7 is same as 7 over 1. Every time you have a whole number and you want to change it into fraction, just take that whole number and you divide it by 1. Okay, minus, we have a mixed number which is 1/1/3. Okay, so if you have a 1/1/3, which is a mixed number, it's possible to change it into improper fraction. And yes, we're going to change it into improper fraction to make the calculation easier. So to change it into improper fraction, which is again another video, but let's just do this. We have this 1 multiplied by 3, or 3 multiplied by 1 is the same thing. So if you do 3 multiplied by 1 or 1 multiplied by 3, that gives you 3. And you add to the numerator. So we take the whole number first, we multiply the denominator, we get a 3, and we add it to the numerator. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Therefore, we're going to have a 4, and we divide it by that same denominator here from the mixed number. Okay, so 1/1/3 is same as a 4 over 3. So we have two fractions, but they don't have the same denominator. So we need to find that same denominator, which is again to find the multiples of 1 and the 3, and to see in the list what is going to be the first same number we can find. And because I explained that previously, so I could just tell you the answer. So the answer here is going to be 3 for that same denominator. So we can say that, okay, the LCD here is going to be 3, which is also, 1 multiplied by 3. We multiply these two denominators. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, so because we have a 3 as the LCD, so we're going to rewrite our fraction. So note that 7 over 1 can be rewritten as something over 3. And this is what? We multiply 1 by 3. We multiply 1 by 3 because to get 3 from 1, we multiply the 1 by 3. So we do the same thing on top, and the 3 times 3, 3 times 7 is 21. Therefore, 7 over 1 is same as 21 over 3. Even if you use a calculator, you do 7 divided by 1, the answer is 7. Or you do 21 divided by 3, the answer is 7. Okay, so the 4 over 3 will not change it. Why? Because the denominator is already 3. So that is fine. Therefore, let us rewrite our two fractions. So remember, we have a 7 over 1 minus 4 over 3. This is same as 21 over 3 minus 4 over 3. Okay, so for that, we have now the same denominators. So what we'll do, we keep the 3 in the denominator and do 21 minus 4. The 21 minus 4 is 17. We have a 17 over 3. Again, this 17 over 3 is improper fraction. So we're going to rewrite it as mixed number, which is to do again the long division. So we take a 17 divided by 3. So 3 goes into 17 how many times? 5 times. So we have a 5 here, 5 times 3, 15. So 17 minus 15 is how much? 2. Okay, so this is same as 5 because the remainder is 2. Okay, 2/3. Again, this 5 is here. The 2 is from the remainder, and the 3, the divisor. So the answer to this question is 5 and 2/3. Okay, so again, if you don't know how to change improper fraction into mixed number, you need to watch, the video related to that. So we have another question. And here we have two mixed numbers. Yes, and they want to do subtraction. The concept is the same. The first thing to do here, we're going to change each mixed number as improper fraction. So the 5 1/3, we're going to take a 3, we multiply by 5, which is same as take a 5 multiplied by 3. So that gives you 15. 15 plus the 1 on top is a 16. And then we divide it by 3. Minus, we're going to change also the second mixed number into improper fraction. So we take a 6, we multiply by 2, or which is same as we take a 2 multiplied by 6. This is 12, and we add it to 5. That gives you 17 over 6. Okay, so we have 16 over 3 minus 17 over 6. So they don't have the same denominator. They don't have, so they have a different denominator. So we cannot do this subtraction when the two fractions have different denominators. So the thing we'll do here is to rewrite the two fractions with the same denominator, where we need again the multiples of 3 and the 6. But if you know your multiplication table, you know that here the LCD, that least common denominator, will be 6. So it's just this fraction we're going to change to have the same denominator as 6, because the other one already has that 6 in the denominator. So for that, how to change 3 into 6 is have to be a multiplication by a number. So 3 times 2 is 6. Therefore, the 16 over 3 will be 16 over 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, okay, minus 17 over 6. This is same as 32 over 6. Where the 32 came from, I multiply 16 by 2, which is 32, okay, minus 17 over 6. So you'll see that at this step, yes, the two denominators are the same. Okay, so what we'll do is to focus on the numerator. So we're gonna have the 6, and we have a 32 minus 17. Also, to do this subtraction 32 minus 17, you can check the video related to that to learn how to do subtraction between whole numbers. Okay, so to go fast, I can tell you that 32 minus 17 is 15. So here the thing changed to 15 over 6. Okay, but you know that 15 over 6 we can simplify. If you divide the top by 3, the bottom by 3, we get the 15 divided by 3, which is 5. 6 divided by 3, which is 2. So we have a 5 over 2 as our answer. But again, this is improper fraction, and we need to change it into mixed number. So we're going to have 5 divided by 2. 2 goes into 5. 2 times 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. So the remainder here is 1. Therefore, the answer to this question will be 2 and 1/2. Okay, so my advice to you is to watch this video many times and pay attention. If you understand, okay, you can do any operation like additional subtraction of two mixed numbers, or two improper fractions, or two proper fractions, or mixed number and improper, and so on. So any addition with a fraction or subtraction with fraction will be simple. So watch this video, play this video many times as possible. Okay, so thank you, and feel free, to subscribe to this channel, so that will help you to get the next videos. Okay.